Air guitar was like, it's like a celebration. It was like a vocalization.
I mean, I'm just assuming that at some point one of us must have just gone and thought it was funny. And I never knew anybody who did air guitar, actually.
Certainly, I didn't either. I'm trying to see where it shows up in this outline. What's amazing to me about this outline is how few crossouts there are. We were just on some weird roll.
Yeah.
And we switched off after a certain amount of time. Now it goes into your handwriting.
Yeah.
But it's not like we revised it much.
No.
We just sort of
Yes.
started. I mean, we just Ted and Prunella making eyes. Ted, why are we here? To get these babes. No, to collect characters for our report. To collect these babes for our report. Now we wrote air guitar here with little musical notes.
You know, when we had that's a pretty good outline. I mean, there's like all the scenes and even dialogue and stuff in there, right? So by the time we got back, I don't know what the time frame was. They couldn't have been very long. When we got back, it was just like, well, we can write this because this is almost written. So this was written in like 4 days, which is, I haven't done that. Have you ever written a script in 4 days?
No, I've never written a script in.
It was just, and it's, I don't know how many pages it is. It must be, it's well over 100. It's 116 handwritten. So that's like 30 pages a day. We're going just and just try and keep up.
We didn't even know which was Ted or which was Bill. We didn't care. We just
write dialogue.
And then we put Ted and Bill.
And then when people said they were the same.
I remember when we were writing this, I remember working on this outline, and at one point you looked up at me and you said to me, we might sell this. And
I remember saying, if this is as funny as we think it is, because we were laughing so hard, if this is as funny to other people as it is to us, we might actually be able to sell this.
Okay, we did the outline, we did that. We wrote it into this, and then we typed this up.
Yeah.
We got this typed up, all fancy.
That's right.
And then we gave it to our agent. Who,
your agent? I didn't have an agent.
That's right. I had an agent because
yeah.
I had a TV job briefly the year before, so I'd gotten an agent who read it and decided it wasn't really something they could sell.
And they just weren't going to send it out, right?
I mean, they clearly didn't believe in it.
Right.
So
and then we were like looking around for somebody.
I gave it the script to David Greenblatt. You gave it to Steve Simon.
Yeah. Now Stephen Simon. At that point, Stephen Deutsch, who was a friend of my dad's because he had produced Somewhere in Time.
That's right. That's right. And Steve Deutsch read it, and he passed it on to Robert Court, who had just started at this company called Interscope.
Right.
And Robert, I remember, it's very interesting, because I remember Robert said they said they would option it, and there was a negotiation, and we got $5,000 to split.
For an option.
For the option, and $15,000 to split to rewrite it.
Which is still the most I've ever been paid for anything, to this day.
Then there was this weird flurry around it. Somehow it caught on.
Yeah.
Or the script caught on. And
so it ended up at Warner Brothers.
Who picked it up from Interscope pretty close after that. And then we did about a year.
That's when they gave us the gift certificate.
That's right. That's right. That's when they gave us the gift certificate with the note, congratulations, you are now on the studio map.
Right.
Okay, after we spent a year at Warner Brothers rewriting it and kind of polishing it in a way that I think made it structurally more sound, but really ruined the edge, took the edge away from it.
And we were consistently trying to come up with they didn't want a van because they thought it was Back to the Future. So it was like.
So after Warner Brothers decided they didn't want to make it, they put it in turnaround, and DEG, De Laurentiis. De Laurentiis had a studio at the time, and they picked it up.
My only memory of the big meeting at DEG was Dino saying, "Why does it have to be San Dimas? Why can't it be in Manhattan?"
That's right.
And we were like, well, I don't know. I don't think we. I think Robert might have handled that. But Bill and Ted in Manhattan, that would have been a pretty interesting version.